Hi everybody, this is Levi Clay and I'm back again with another edition of guitar books that you must own. This book is specifically written for guitar players or with guitar players in mind, but as with many of the books in this series, it doesn't contain tab, and I know that's a massive turn off for a lot of you guys out there, but what can I say, tons of these great books that I've read don't contain tab. Maybe that's why my reading got relatively good, because I was forced to practice things that didn't contain tab. But let me be completely honest, I would prefer this book to have tab. It would make the learning experience quicker, and I could really get into the ideas faster than having to explore the neck and go, well, I guess I could play that here, or I could play it here, or I could play it here. You know, they both have their benefits. I did a vlog on the subject. I'm sure you can find that on my channel somewhere. The book is called Bebop Guitar, Basic Theory and Practice for Jazz Guitar in the Style of Charlie Parker. Very cool book. And the reason it's so good is it has such a great balance of written words and notation. So why do I love this book? Well, many of you guys out there will already know that I'm fascinated with bebop and all of the players that came out of that era of playing, the bop players. While I do enjoy the playing of more modern players like Alan Holdsworth or Brian Baker, or there's all of these great fusion players out there actually that do something different than what the guys were doing back in the 40s. But for me, the bop players there was something tangible to their playing, at least to my ears. And when you look at these modern players, their ideas are they're pushing so many boundaries, and it's so harmonically advanced that it's to my ears it's very abstract. It's not a put down, it's just one of those things, you know, you enjoy the sounds that you enjoy. So the study of bebop has been something that I've constantly sort of been chipping away at over the years, and I feel I'm getting a little bit better at it, though I still can't play over super fast changes. Maybe one day that will just magically happen, probably not. So having this good balance of writing is really interesting to me. This book almost reads like it was somebody's university dissertation, for the sheer amount of examples and references that are given. The idea of swing is covered, and how swing pushes your lines forwards. But then he very quickly moves into these ornamentations that are common among Charlie's playing. And that's the cool thing about this book, because when you read the lines, let me just go here for example, every line will have your harmony above it, but then you've also got all of these pieces of information about the line which adhere to concepts that he talks about in the text. So here, for example, we have octave displacement. This line is a typical Parker line there, moving down to a C, and then he descends to an E and moves up an arpeggio. Rather than staying on the C and ascending up an arpeggio, this idea of playing a high note, ba, jumping down, ba, 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 very common in Charlie's vocabulary, and sounds instantly bebop to my ears. All the resolutions are written out for you. We can see 7 to 3, 6 to 5, so on and so forth. The concepts are really very deep, the delay and anticipation devices, and I guess part of me finds it a little bit funny to have a player like Charlie Parker's playing analysed in such detail, because I don't, as far as I'm aware, Charlie wasn't deep like that. I mean, he was deep in that he would practice the idea of improvising on the upper structure triad over a given chord. So I guess actually Charlie was pretty deep. But you have to question whether he'd be thinking of things like a 3-2-1 chromatic encirclement, anticipating his phrases. There really is a lot of crazy stuff in here. Neighbour tone usage. Absolutely excellent book. Many guitar players pick up, for example, the Charlie Parker, what do they call that book? The Omni book, the Charlie Parker Omni book, in C, and it has all of Charlie's, or not all of, but a lot of Charlie Parker solos transcribed. And that is a great way to learn bop vocabulary, but there's not really all that much explanation of the thought process or how to understand it. It's more, here's the solo, go away and play it if you choose. This has a lot more detail. Here I'm looking at a chapter, scales, scale fragments and chromatic lines, and breaking these ideas down, Aeolian mode, harmonic minor mode, melodic minor mode, and seeing how these things are applied in lines is just, to me, an invaluable resource. Looking at a page like this and seeing just endless variation on lines and things that you can do is fantastic. Absolutely, I just keep saying that word, fantastic, completely fantastic. And as you get towards the end of the book, if my memory serves me correctly, there are longer, I've gone past them, longer phrases and soloing ideas using 16th notes, so the double time ideas, that are just interesting to me, at least. So if you're serious about developing your vocabulary, but not just playing the lines for the sake of playing the lines, but really wanting to get your head in and understand where these lines are coming from, Guitar Bebop is the book for you. Check it out via the link to Amazon below. I would also like to extend my deepest gratitude to my supporters over on patreon.com. You can find a link to my Patreon below, and if you want to support this channel, even with $1, I can assure you it absolutely helps. It keeps me making content. Here's a list of all of the guys that support this channel at my $10 tier. Guys, your help is so valued and appreciated. I could be doing this without you, but things like putting up a nice backdrop and investing more time and money into editing and the lighting of things hopefully means that I can make better content, and I'm only looking to improve from here. So you guys have been massive in that, so thanks, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.